Hi, and welcome to our kitchen at Govinda Valley. My name is Jahnavi, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pasta bolognese, but with lentils. It's a slow-cooked tomato sauce, usually with meat, but it translates really well as a vegan recipe. Just swap in lentils, it turns pasta into a really wholesome meal. This is actually a really simple dish to make, especially if we break it into three. We've got pasta, everyone knows how to cook that, lentils, and our sauce. Let's have a quick look at our ingredients. I've got lentils here with a bay leaf. Then I'm using a passata, which is basically a cooked tomato puree out of a jar. I'm adding a couple of fresh tomatoes just to give like a nice fresh tomato flavor. I've got finely grated carrots, which I'm going to tell you something about. A little bit of capsicum, you can use any vegetable that you've got. Some fresh basil, I've got 2 spices, I've got black pepper and a little bit of hing, which I'm using in place of garlic, and some fresh rosemary. You can make this sauce in under 5 minutes, literally, if you use lentils out of a can. But I'm going to show you how to cook them from scratch as well, which is also super simple. I've got 1 cup of lentils and I'm going to use just over double the amount of water. So that's a 1 to 2 and a little bit ratio. A couple of bay leaves are going to help the lentils to digest. Our water, I'm going to bring that to a boil and then drop it to a really low flame, a simmer, and leave that for about 20 minutes or until they're soft. And that's your lentils done. And now we come to our sauce, which is where we can have some fun creating really good flavor. Part of that is a pointer that a friend gave me. His Italian friend told him that this is how you make great Italian tomato sauce. Finely grated carrot is going to give sweetness to those tomatoes. It's going to balance out the acid. When we grate them really fine like that, you're not even going to notice it in the end dish. Especially because we're going to cook it down until it almost caramelizes. Our black pepper and hing. Hing is the great garlic replacer. It has sulfur compounds in it in common with garlic, so it gives a great flavor. And it also is a wonderful digestive herb. So having lentils in a dish, which not everyone digests well, we're actually giving a little digestive boost to help those lentils be sort of friendly for everyone's tummy. So I'm frying those spices a little bit, and that's getting the oils out of the spices and into the olive oil, and that's then going to flavor the whole dish. Our finely grated carrot. I just love this tip because, well, you get an extra vegetable in your sauce, which makes the sauce more wholesome, and the flavor is fantastic. It really sweetens it nicely. So I'm going to cook that down. It's going to take a few minutes to really develop a nice flavor. I like to cook it for at least 5 minutes until you actually start to see the oil separating out from the vegetable. Okay, so this has just taken 5 minutes. We're coming back to the carrot and been frying that off. Look, it's looking lovely. It's really like turned into something else. It's really like the caramelized version of itself. That's going to have a beautiful sweet and browned caramelly flavor notes. Okay, time for our fresh tomato and capsicum. And this is a time where we can add our fresh herb. Now we know that fresh herbs make everything taste more amazing. Basil, of course, tastes fantastic in everything Italian. But I've got rosemary in the garden, so I'm adding that now, just big sprigs of it like that, and that's just going to lend a gentle flavor, because rosemary can be really strong. But a sprig that I can pull out later is going to flavor the dish beautifully. The fresh tomato is getting soft. That's taken a couple of minutes. And now I'm going to add the passata. Now we can see a real sauce happening. And there we go. All we've got to do is add some salt and wait for our lentils to finish cooking. And now to finish off our dish. So let me show you the lentils. It's so easy. I mean, it's easier to get them out of a can, but it's very easy to cook them yourself once you have that ratio in your head. So look, they're beautiful and soft, and the bay leaf gives just such a special aroma. That's really added a lot of flavor. I'm going to take those out. We add the lentils to the sauce. And look at that, you have a really hearty and super tasty meal. That is going to satisfy anyone. So many times I've made vegan, vegetarian things for people who normally eat meat, who say that they haven't even noticed that the meat is missing. When you make food delicious, it's delicious. There's nothing to miss. Okay, now to plate up, I've got buckwheat pasta, which I think is delicious. It's grain-free, it's really easy to digest, so especially if you find normal wheat pasta like irritating or heavy, buckwheat is a fantastic alternative. Our sauce, this meal just has everything. You've got your protein in the lentils, there's heaps of flavor, we've got veggies in the sauce. Now, if you're not used to having pasta vegan style, I like to add as many extra toppings as possible to keep the really authentic flavor of a classic Italian pasta. I've got some fresh basil, so I'm going to add that. Nutritional yeast gives a sort of a cheesy type of idea to the dish. Olive oil. I'm going to put olives, of course, as well to give it that extra authentic Italian flavor. Let's see how it tastes. Wow, it's such a hearty sauce. It's such a rich flavor. You're gonna love it.